mom's 102. She falls asleep all the time. So she watch a little bit of it. But still, she'll know about you. When she's talking to God, she'll mention you. Because she talks directly to him. At 102, you get that privilege. You have to live 100 years to get that. Before then, you only think you know God. When you are 100, oh yeah, I know him. I'll be there tomorrow probably, talking with him. Blessing all of my children and stuff. So how are you guys doing? I don't care. I just don't have another joke for you. Yeah, by the way, I am on the HBO series Lace. Thank you very much. My name is Leonardo DiCaprio. That was for Sam. And more on Sam later, because you have to see Sam. Sam is spectacular. Oh, by the way, Sam and I went over to, we were hanging out last night because I'm an old man and she's a young girl, and all old men want to hang out with young girls. However, this had the blessing of everybody important, so we went out and we went to, where did we go? Fanatics last night. And it was a really professional show put on. Not as good as this one, but it was good. It was good. And Sam went up and she smashed.
I know she did.
She smashed. She just doesn't know it. When I met Taylor Tomlinson years ago, she was at the level that Sam is now. Sam is ahead of where Taylor was. Sam is a giant. I'm telling you. She's a giant. She just doesn't know it. She doesn't believe it yet. I'll give her 6 months of hanging around Sunda. She'll know it, and you'll get tired of it. Would you please shut up, Sam? Then that'll be the good time, because we know you're good, and we love you. I love Sam.
Yeah.
She's my last romance before I kick it. Ow! Every old man has a dream. I have a dream that one day, old black men and young white girls, can I get a hallelujah and an amen one time? I don't think you heard me. Anyway, so what else is going on? So I went to get a facial today, get my face cleaned. I realized that I have layers of dirt on my face going all the way back to the 60s. I went in at 7, she was still peeling dirt off my face at 10. I need to take a lunch break. You can finish the job later. By the end of this little process that I'm in, I will be a white guy. So look at me now. In 3 months, I will be, except for the hair, this dude is white. No. This dude is white. No, he ain't a white guy. This dude is white. Love faith. I just love taking care of myself, you know, treating myself. So next I'm going to, can't do that joke. Sorry. I had to stop myself on that one. Thank you, Dante. Thank you so much. Because I was going right down that street. I was going to live there for a while, actually. I was going to move in. My new favorite song is a country and western song. It's called Crash My Party Anytime. And I can't play it here because of copyright restrictions and stuff like that. So, anyway, I like the lyrics in it. It starts out with, doesn't matter what I'm doing. I can change whatever I'm doing if you call. It's like, you can call me anytime, day or night, doesn't matter. Don't even worry about it. Just call me. I love that song. I just sang that song in the car. I was singing that song in the car yesterday and I was crying. Well, I was sitting on the needle, but still I was crying. What's his name? Not Luke Perry, but Luke something or another. What is it? Luke Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it's a great song. And I'm driving in my car and I'm bouncing up and down. The music is turned up and down, real loud, you know. Old man in a sports car trying to pick up a young girl with loud country and western music. There's a picture for you. That's who I am. But I love that song. I just love the idea that this guy wants this particular woman to come to depend on him, not to be a part of his life, and he's willing to share everything that he has with her. And that's what I like about country and western music, you know. Now, if it was a rap song, biatch, 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 yeah, mofo, that's mofo. That. And I like that. Don't get me wrong. I like that. But I also like variety. Every now and then, you know, you can eat bacon for a long time. Every now and then, you want to eat something else. Thank you, Susan. You know, variety, they say, is the spice of life, and every old man knows that, too. So, why do I talk about being old? Because I spend 90% of my day trying not to pee on myself. That's how I know. That's how I know. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not piss my pants. Yeah, I'm scared. Well, I'm going to hold this pee. I'm going to hold it. Taylor Tomlinson, this joke is for you. I ain't peeing on myself anymore. I love Taylor. I talk about her all the time because I spent a lot of time with her. She's very funny. Now I got a new number one. She's sitting right there. I'm going to leave you alone, sir. For the next couple of seconds. 1001, 1002. So, Sam, can you tell I don't have an act? I have nothing. Because all my humor is really adult.
No, it's not. Oh, it's really not.
Don't exit stage left.
No. I don't want you to leave. I'm going to stand up here and create some new stuff. And
Right.
I don't have to keep the old stuff. I don't have to do it. I just have to search my memory banks, which are clouded with, you know what. I lived in New York, man. If you lived in New York in the 60s, this is all you ever did. This is your life. And you would never fall because you were on H. And when you stop, that means you need to get some more. So then you had to walk, like a druggie would walk, which is not very well, to get some more. New York City, I love New York City. I did not do any entertainment in New York City. I did not do stand-up comedy. I did not do acting. I didn't do any of that. All I did in New York City was one thing I'm not going to tell you because the kids are here, and the other thing I'm not going to tell you because the kids are here. But I did it all the time. All the time. Every day, all day. I went to bed doing it, I woke up doing it. I had a great life in I had a great life in New York City. I had to leave New York City, though, because a bunch of husbands wanted to kill me. Because of my unchristian-like behavior. But I must say that since then...
Oh, now I get what he said.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was thinking out loud.
No, that's good, man. That was a better joke than I told. Thanks. So I have 2 more hours. You got more comments? I was just thinking, dippity-doo-dah, dippity-day, my oh my, what a wonderful day. You know that song?
Zippity-doo.
Is it zippity-doo-dah?
Yeah.
All these years I've been saying dippity-doo. Yeah, because of the hair stuff, which I don't have in it. Anyway, that's my version. Dippity-doo-dah. Who sang that? That's from a play, wasn't it?
Uncle Remus?
Disney.
Uncle Remus? From Disney?
It's a Disney cartoon.
It was a commercial back in the 80s.
Did it feature a black guy eating watermelon? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Explain to the youngins, they don't know about that.
I remember seeing, when I was your age, Dante, we lived in a period historically known as Jim Crow. Jim Crow was the design of the North and the South white people to keep black people out so that they could repair the wound between them brought on by the Civil War, which ended slavery and freed African Americans. So the Jim Crow period was the period when, after Ulysses S. Grant, the best president this country has ever had before we got Dwight D. Eisenhower, when he stopped being president, the next guy came in, he pulled the federal troops out of the South, and then the slaughter began. And that set up Jim Crow. After the slaughter ended, because the cops came in and broke that stuff up, we began to live civilized lives, and we started the Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Movement led to the removal of signs that said whites only, coloreds over here, and separated the races by color. So Now we're in the glorious land of integration, which means that you can do any damn thing you want to do. You can put your mind to it, and you can do it. And no one can say to you, because of what your parents and my parents did, no one can say to you that you can't go into this building just because you're black. That shit is out the window. And if anybody ever tells you that, then you just remember me. And I want you to show them the third finger. And then go through that door. Go in. Every time. Because we paid the price for it. We said no. The system stops now. We make the change now. It was around the 1954 Supreme Court decision about the Board of Education integrating all schools. And Eisenhower set that up with the military, and then it was carried out. And in a very interesting twist in American history, the civil rights laws were laws that had been being pushed by the Republican Party, not the Democratic Party. The Democrat who decided to sign the legislation was John Kennedy. John Kennedy was assassinated, and his vice president became president, Lyndon Johnson. And when he signed that civil rights legislation, every black young adult like myself thought that the Democrats had pushed that legislation through Congress. They hadn't. No, it was Republicans all along. Now, there were some Democrats, but it was a house divided against itself, so it could not stand. And we rectified that problem. So, how did I get on this?
It was great.
All right, thanks very much. Please welcome Susan back. Oh, I'm not going to do that joke. The dumpster joke. Dante, don't go to my Facebook page. It's no dumps. All right, you'll see stuff that your mom don't want you to see. And don't watch Lace, because you'll see more of it. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram at Albert Linton Comedy, and you can find me on Facebook. My name is Albert Linton, or you just find her. I'll be trying to find her too. All right, thank you.
I gotta say, Albert, that had to be the best set you ever did here.
Thank you.
You were fantastic. You got your dates right and everything, man. That's crazy. God bless you, because they don't believe it. It's the Republicans who did that. You can't tell anybody that. That's what Madison.
Different party.
Let me say this real quick. I remember I said to them, we have Martin Luther King Day off, and you know what this means. It's his birthday, right?
Yeah.
So I said to the kid, okay, I call him, I said, what did Martin Luther King? She stands up and she goes, Martin Luther King. I said, it's Martin Luther. Martin Luther King. It's Martin. Martin Luther King freed the slaves. Now you know why Crazy Joe Clark had to go there. And if you watch the movie Lean on Me, you'll see exactly what I was talking about. And we're going to see exactly what Albert was talking about. But first, I wanted to say, if you guys are interested in doing a podcast, Wes is doing one free podcast for you guys so that he can get you guys going, so you can start going and going and going and leave me and Dante. Make it sweet. We're going to give it up for the comedy of the one and only Sam.
Hey.
Dante, you were amazing. Can we clap down for you? And I've seen you perform only once before, so this doesn't mean that was my favorite. How's everyone doing still right now?
Feel great.
Let's give it up for Albert. You're probably worried about me like spending so much time with old men at night, but I'm still here. Last night we were at an open mic, and a lot of things happened. But there's this comic, and whatever, I don't need to talk about him. This is my time, huh? And he points at me, and he goes, the beautiful interracial couple over here, and I'm a comic. No, it's funny. Well, it's not, but I'm funny. But, so, I do this thing, I'm a comedian, and I know people do crowd work. Every time, I swear to God, a comedian has pointed at me, I go like this. Oh, man, are you And every time I can see their whole body just like shake. A lot of stuff Albert talks about pee and poo. Okay, you don't talk a lot about pee and poo, but when you do, I relate and that concerns me. Do you know what I'm saying? Jewish people say that all Jewish people have IBS. It's like, that's some BS. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't really know what that means. My mother's Jewish, as is my father. As is everyone is going to be. Dude, imagine if I was like, what's the opposite of anti-Semitic? Like, just, I guess, like, what, Mormon? No, not Mormon, but like to go about, like if Jewish people, what is that called? A pilgrim. They go out and they try to convince everybody to be Jewish.
Proselytize.
Sure. What did you? That's not a word. And it's my time, and I know it's not a word in this world right now. That's not a word. Has that a word you've ever heard?
It's a word.
And I'm wearing shoes. And you can't see them. This is called gaslighting. Learn about it before you do it. We've all been there. If you gaslight a gaslighter, you're just a teenager. Have you guys ever come back to school and your teacher, this is so weird that they even honestly do this. I guess they have to, but they're like, class, I have some exciting news. Miss Smith is gonna be having a baby. And I'm like, ew, like, what are you talking about? Are you married even? Are you married? My mom says you're gonna be in love. My mom told me you pray for a baby. Which is why I was always so quiet in the bedroom. They're just in there praying, Mommy. I'm like, guys, stop praying. No. There was an Orthodox Jewish man at my job today, and I don't know, I make up stories in my head, and I'm like, I want him to feel safe. This grown man, he has his AirPods in, he walks into Bath and Body Works like it's the Apple store, you know, and he's gonna walk up to a genius and tell them what to do. Wow, I just realized that the Apple store really calls their employees geniuses. Yes. Wow, let's let that sink in. Imagine if they did that with Amazon. The people would get so mad at Jeff Bezos. Nobody said anything about Apple calling themselves geniuses, except me right now. Nobody else has ever said that, and this is my time. That's true. That joke's so old now, huh? Fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dante, why'd you say that? Did he have to explain the inappropriate joke to you before? Did someone else? I knew. I was like, you didn't even figure that on your own. You said, oh, I get it. No,
that was
yeah, that's funny. That was crazy.
Yeah.
You're so
really
sweet.
rat me out like that?
Yeah.
No, I saw it. I analyzed it. Because it's called anxiety. All the time. What's going on? Except I realized I don't look up when I go in a room. I realized that yesterday. I was in a room I'd been in before, and I looked up. I was like, I've never done that. So whatever has been going on up here, like, I don't know what's been going on. But this Orthodox man, I'm trying to like bond with him, and he just didn't like it. I asked him, I was like, oh, what shul do you go to? Shul is like temple, but like, I'm like, oh, we're Jewish, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I love you. You make me safe. You make me happy. We hung out outside, so this isn't. And none of her laughter's real. But I don't even care. Give thanks. So, but I asked him, what shul do you go to? And he's telling me streets. La Brea. He said La Brea on Pico. I said, so 10 of them? Which one? I could be door to door. I could be knocking on doors for an hour and not find you. It's disgusting. It's disgusting is what it is. And my mom said he's not Chabad then, because Chabad would say, oh, come. And so, you know what I'm saying. Chabad's different. Wow, I just came up here and I was like, Dante was so good. That was all my brain was saying. It's just Dante's so good. It was so good. I need to stop. I'll stop. I love it.
Isn't it great?
And she, let's clap it up for Sunda. She like saved my life, you know, like she like is the reason that I'm able to do this and to see, like I could see that you and him. It was,
You see it,
was
right?
beautiful.
You
It
see
was
the
so
rules?
beautiful. No, it was like I could see like you were excited to be here, and that you can't teach. You know, like that. And it's scary. Isn't it kind of weird? Am I being so weird? I'm so weird. I'm so scared right now. I'm so scared. I like that your hat has a zipper. Is it a pocket or is it a look or is it both? Look! Because I'm in a model class. Girls breaking their heels because they don't have any logic. That's me all the time, though. That's me all the time, and I don't wear heels because I want, like, I don't know why I want men to know that I care about them so much. That's why I don't wear heels. I want you to know that if you were to stand next to me, I would do my best to make you feel taller than me.
You're a giver.
I did not expect you to say anything. I'm so glad that you said something. Wow. I'm loving it. He's cool. I see where she gets it from. That was so fun. Wow. I forgot I was going to say that. Oh, I'm a giver. Yeah, whatever. No, I'm not. I am. But, you know, as a woman, you can't take up any space, you know? You just like, because I don't know how I still have my right ear, because I've a bicycle on the sidewalk every day. Every day, it's like I feel it, you know what I mean? Like, how is that real? How can you ride a scooter that goes 25 miles an hour with no driver's license? Drunk. How did they let you do that? I don't know anyone who's ever done that. Dude, I don't know how that's legal. Should I just keep talking about things that I don't know how they're legal? No. Things that I think should be illegal but for no reason. Oh, okay. No, I don't think jaywalking should be illegal. But I think it's extremely unattractive. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me you want to get there 5 minutes early at the cost of my leg? You know what I mean? Then you're gonna... Dude, and it's a first date. If I get hit by a car on a first date because you wanted to jaywalk, we're getting married, babe. That's worse than a pregnancy. You are paying for my bills. You're taking my last name. And I have been Scarlett Johansson. Thank you so much.
And where are they gonna find you, Miss Scarlett?
Dude, why did I say her? She is gross. That's mean. And it's my time, and she's gross. I'm Samantha Linderman. You can find me at Sam Like TBH or at the School of Comedy, or being just following Albert in his car like this. Okay, quickly, me and Albert were in the car, and we're on the phone with Sunda, and this guy rolls down his window, Albert goes, "What?" And he goes, "I see you, player!" Mind you, I'm wearing your outfit. I'm wearing a literal Rick and Morty t-shirt. Like, in his car, like, "I see you, player! Oh my God, I see you, player!" Have a good night. You want to use the bathroom? Oh, you guys are leaving, right? Oh, watch out! No rock and roll. No. You guys are leaving? Oh, the bathroom. Okay, follow those men. It doesn't sound right, but...
I'll come too. I'm gonna go to the bathroom too soon.
Okay, give the ladies' room then, yeah. But we don't have it. Yeah. All right, so go with Sam.
Probably.
I am.
I wanna talk to you too.
Okay.
want to go now?
Wow, just cleared out. You would think it was Brian Holtzman. Oh, I miss Brian. Wait till you guys really start doing comedy and you gotta follow somebody. Did you go to the bathroom? What's wrong? You hit the water? It's okay. It's okay. Believe me, he's so polite. Nothing like teenage daughters. Despicable. When I'm on stage and people ignore me, it doesn't matter. I got daughters. Now, not everybody can tell a story, I can tell you that. And sometimes this night is very different. Funky Fridays turns into the Black Irish Comedy Hour. We don't know why. It just happens. But right now, I'm going to bring up that black guy. Let's give it up for Sean O'Connor. Let me hear him.
Yeah!
I fooled them.
triple take. Wow. Glad to be here during the bathroom break. It's not easy to get this spot. You know. We're talking about jaywalking. Jaywalking. I was driving my car down some busy LA boulevard, and a woman was jaywalking, and she was like scooting, you know, like she was really like, and you know, if I could either hit her or I could not hit her, so I chose the latter. I braked, and she sort of stopped in the middle of the street and kind of waved me a thank you. I'm like, don't wave, run. I don't need you to be polite. I need you to get the heck out of the way. You know, I'm okay with the jaywalking. Just do it like a pro. You know, God. That's my favorite move on a date, though. If I like the girl. Crossing the street, you know, and kind of doesn't have to be a jaywalking situation, but it's just an excuse to grab her hand. You know, you can try it. It's just like works with men too, I'm assuming. But you know, there's that like, come on, we're going. I did that with a gal. It works. It's a great move. You know, because it communicates. You know, help trying to keep you safe. You know, it's like the original hunter-gatherer type of thing. And I did it with a gal, and it wasn't meant as a move, actually. So it's become just sort of it's like when your parents hit the brakes and they, you know, your mother puts her arm across you, like, what next, Mom? You gonna hold a mattress? You know, that joke. But this gal, I'm like, come on, we're going. Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. There's no traffic. I'm like, come on. And then it turns out, well, like, I knew this, but I didn't know this, or I forgot it. And she had, she'd only been walking for a couple of years since recovering from like a serious, like, shouldn't have been walking at all type injury, right? And, but at the same time, she was adept at walking, but she had this whole story around. She really identified as someone who can't walk. You know, I mean, we all have those stories, like in our lives. We make up stories about who we are, right? And it becomes limiting. And this woman, she was just all about her injury. You know, I mean, that's like, ugh. I know about your injury. I mean, and I'm sorry for it. You know, like that was a lot. But you're okay now. I mean, you know, sorta, right? It's like, I mean, I bought you dinner. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, that was the sympathy plan. Like, oh, you poor thing, let me buy you dinner. I got this. You used to be in a wheelchair. I'll buy dinner. The checks. This is on me. If you promise never to frickin' mention it again. Anyway, we never went out again because of her injury. I just thought I was a lot for her. Like to, you know, run. What else has been going on? You know, I've been dating, as I mentioned, and yeah, it's fun. It is. It's fun. I love kissing. Oh, God, I love kissing. You know, dating at my age, which is a great age, dating at my age, you know, I admit I tend to date younger women because, you know, the women who are my age or older, I mean, they tend to have plans on Friday or Saturday night. You know, they got grandkids to take care of, you know, and they want to be with their grandbabies. They don't want to be out with me, you know. I'm not going to give them that kind of loving. And, but it's tricky. It's tricky to find the right balance. I had invited a gal over for dinner which is another great play. I mean, if you're looking for, making dinner for someone, just for anybody, right? I mean, really, it's just there's nothing more loving than come over, let's have some food. I'm going to cook for you, assuming you're a good cook. But even if you're not, like I bought some, I bought a lasagna from wherever. Like it's not hard to buy good food. So I invite this gal over for dinner, and she's like, oh, can I bring something? Well, right there. I mean, first of all, I was raised where you don't go anywhere without bringing something.
Right.
You don't have to ask even. I mean, sometimes it helps, like, because you don't, like, what do they need? But, you can't walk into a place empty-handed. And here I try to bring the jokes. And she's like, what can I bring? I was like, it's like, bring some cheese and crackers. She's like, okay. She showed up. She showed up with string cheese and goldfish. I was thinking, she might have been a little too young. She didn't have any grandbabies. She might have, her grandmother might have been at home being like, where you going? You got a date? You're not old enough to date. Who's this man? Grab some string cheese and goldfish. You can't go out empty-handed. I love goldfish, though. I have no use for string cheese, but Parmesan goldfish, that's my flavor. Yeah. I don't know who invented those. Pepperidge Farm. That's who invented them. Pepperidge Farm remembers. That was a spot-on impression of the original ad. How's my time? Doesn't seem to matter tonight. It's my show now.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh my God, that's so good. I was going to talk about my love life. That's twice as much time as I need. I had a coffee date, first date with a gal, and kind of a quasi-blind date, right? Just a quick meetup, and you can only gather so much from a conversation or photos on a dating app, and women in my feed, the photos they put up, they just basically put up headshots, from the shoulders up, and that's great, for a passport photo. But I'm interested in, do you have all your limbs? Some people don't, right? They're in a bad accident, whatever, that happens. But I meet this woman at the coffee shop, and she's got a cane. Not a candy cane. If you're thinking that, I like candy cane. It's holidays. And again, there's nothing wrong with having it, it better be out of the coffee shop with a cane than not to be out of the coffee shop at all. But there was something, I don't know, what's that conversation sound like? That's what it sounds like. You can't talk about it. There's just no talking about it, right? It's there's that, I can have a coffee with a woman with a cane. There's no big deal. I mean, she could be an 8, I don't know, I need more friends. But what kind of person, how superficial am I that I wouldn't date a woman with a cane? And she wasn't a young hip woman. She was an older woman with a bad hip. But I don't know. Why are you flashing the light at me? Oh, I thought that was like a fan, you brought your lighter. I thought you loved that joke. Anyway. Yeah, cane. I don't know. I'm such a jerk. I'm so superficial. Cane. But you can put that in your dating app. You can't do that, right? Some guy was talking the other day about being on maybe that was in here. Somebody was talking about being on a Zoom date, and the woman was blind, and he didn't know it.
Oh my God.
It might have just been a bit, but it was a funny bit. Hold on. Don't go away. Don't go away. I'm looking for the section where when things get quiet and you only have a minute left, and everybody's looking at you expectantly. That I have this special joke. Where is it? 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 Hold on. Hold on. For those of you at home, wow. God, it was so good. Oh well. Oh well. You know, all of my other jokes are about nursery rhymes and things. I'm Sean O'Connor, and that's enough out of me.
Where do they find you?
You can find me at. Is that like? Are you asking me what my shul is?
Yeah, where's your show?
So old shul. I am. No, you can find me on Instagram, Sean FOC. And that's that.
What does FOC stand for? Francis O'Connor?
Yeah.
Wow, how did I know that?
I've said it.
Father
I say it.
right?
You ask me every week.
I
And
always
I say, yeah. Might be how you know.
I call you Seamus sometimes. I apologize.
That's terrible, right? That's so racist to look at him and say, Patrick, Seamus, Sean. Sean with an H, Sean with an E. Come on in, guys. Have a seat.
Welcome.
Wow, man. On a fairy tale high.
Yeah, I did.
Do they have audio out there in the hallway?
No, just the speaker.
That's just like I came back, man. You know what I'm saying? I came back. It was all different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's how the brothers talk. Okay, watch your head for the camera. Oh, that sounds great. All right. That was a joke. Marie, how's it going? Give it up for Marie, her first night here. What? She's stuck. No, you're leaving? Oh, goodbye. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay. Bye.
Who has the bathroom?
No, it's there, it's there.
Quick.
Don't leave the bathroom.
Wait, where's...
Dante, get the bathroom key.
I would say.
Who has the bathroom? I saw someone waving there.
With you. Oh, no, them. Me? Them, those two. Yeah, those two. They even, yes, take a
Can you take
picture
your
with
talents
them.
back there?
With your camera in the middle. All right, give us a second. This is an open mic, we know this, but we try to get everything in at once because you never know. You never know. Now pull it, get in. There we got a winner. Yeah, we go. There you go. Woo. That was fast.
Yes, the key. They need the men's room key.
We got it. We got it.
Pass it. They're men. They go crazy. They talk about us. All right. All right. Well, thanks for coming out, guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Already he can't touch me now, right? You see what you guys did? You made him grow up real fast. Lit. Bye.
Pretty cool.
Don't walk away, Renee. Wow, just totally got very quiet. The whole audience just left, dude.
Hi, Dante. Good stuff,
Dante, see you
man.
next time. See you on TV. Yeah, what'd you forget?
Oh boy.
Your waters?
Where's the whiteboard?
Oh, right here. Whiteboard.
His artwork.
Thank you.
No problem, man. That was
Around
great,
close to
dude.
that artwork. Is that my pen or your pen? Your pen? Okay, take it back. All right. Wow.
That was...
Yeah, we get funky and get loose now because it's Funky Friday.
Yo, you guys should come. You, band, people in the band, come over.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
come sit. Yeah.
Oh, the band. Yeah, I'm thinking the band.
I'm dropping shit.
All right, give me a piece. All right, I'm kidding. I remember, this is what we do in Jersey. Whenever you have makeup and you drop it, like just say your friend drops her makeup, you have to say to her, "Can I have a piece?" So she gets mad.
Oh.
Because you get so mad when your makeup breaks.
Oh, I didn't get it that it broke.
Or if your phone, now it's the phone. So if a guy drops their phone and they're like, "Oh," and you say, "Can I have a piece?" And they get so mad. I love it. I was like, I wonder what Kenny's gonna say to his kids. Hello there, kids. Stay kid before you become interviews. All right, here we go. Here we go. Listen, we got everybody seated. Are we fine with that camera? Not yet.
No, give me a sec. Somebody bumped it.
Tall people.
It was Dante.
Why are these tall people hitting the camera?
I don't know.
We had a zipper hat. We have a guy who's 6'8" in this class. Like that's amazing.
You know what? We're good.
In the class.
We're good, right?
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
We good? No, she doesn't like it.
Marie,
It's not good.
take over for me, Marie.
Camera one.
Fancy talk, camera one. You ready? There was a time
I want you to take over with the other two, and I'm going to work on this one.
in a hurry as you are.
Dante leave?
Dante's gone. We can talk that talk and walk that walk. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're.
All right, let's do this. Let's reset, everybody. We are here live. LASC, we are rocking, we are happening, and let's give a little Lindsay for the comedy Kenzie. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Hey, act like Dante is here, right?
Not Dante, but we'll take
Watch your step.
Ah, buddy.
Hey, we can say fuck now.
Hey, Lenny, it's a love scene.
Clean tape.
Kids are sexist. Little guy. That's systemic. All right, systemic sexism. Is it nature or nurture? Who knows? Hope y'all think I'm funny. People usually see me and assume that I'm not. But then I'm all like, comedy, boom, sneaky funny. I'll say something, and the people, they're just like, what? Oh my God, did he just? That was so funny and profound. Anyways, y'all hear about this thing called the patriarchy? Apparently men are crushing it. If men are crushing it, why are most guys that come across depressed losers? More focused on their fantasy football than their real life fantasies. You know, getting more action on Pornhub than in real life. You know, if that's you on YouTube, maybe take some time away from porn and go hit the gym.
Relax, Andrew Tate.
Personal hero, man. He's a cool guy. Got me into sparkling water. It's a rabbit hole one. Glad you were there for it. But yeah, dudes out here say it's tough dating in LA. It's tough dating. There's 10 million people in this area. If you can't find one person to date, maybe it's not LA. Maybe it's time to look in the mirror. And hey, how about you make it a gym mirror? Yeah, real quick. Yeah, these guys out here working out just to get laid. You know, like, all right, I'm gonna do 20 squats a day for 60 days, and then maybe somebody will fuck me. Fingers crossed. They're out here. I used to be addicted to World of Warcraft. In middle school, I was just doing a bunch of Vicodin and Valium after the surgery I had, and I was just crushing it. I was a mage. It taught me a lot about life, World of Warcraft. It taught me how to barter and trade. It taught me how to raid a dungeon. It's cool. I found love on World of Warcraft. Yeah, this level 17 elvish warrior. We would go on quests together. This is a true story. It's people on the other side, right? And when I would be talking, I was only 12. Who knows who was on the other side? But they were flirting with me, and I was into it. And you know, we would talk about our lives. You know, me being in a wheelchair and hoping to get back to baseball. And we talked about a potential future together off of World of Warcraft. Maybe meeting someday, coming together. Kind of cringy. but yeah, I loved that game. All right, this is all new stuff I'm working on.
I love it.
Yeah,
Love
we're working.
Questing together.
Yeah, questing together in the real life. This isn't a mythical land. This is Earth. All right. Anyways, y'all been feeling that spirit? That Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I see that.
Amen.
All right. I like getting myself gifts more than I like getting other people's gifts. Not gonna lie, it's not as complicated. You know, none of the guessing work. I know what I want. This year, I got myself an early gift. I got myself a bidet. Yeah. It was way harder to install than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I had to like turn some knobs and work some pipes. You know, I came across some minor complications on the way of getting it installed. The first one was that I had my favorite hoodie on. I was like, I can't do this. What if I get toilet water on my hoodie? And I almost gave up. But then I took a sec, I thought about it, and I decided to just take my hoodie off. I persevered. But then I came across another problem. You know, when you uncover one problem, you find another. That's life, right? Like if you're thirsty, you take a drink, but then you gotta pee. You know, if you got a president who's the source of all your problems, then you get rid of him. Then you find you're the source of all your problems. You know? But in this case, as soon as I took my hoodie on, I realized I had my favorite shirt on. Oh, man. Yeah, it was a big day. It was a big day for me. You know, but, yeah, I almost gave up again. But, you know what? I decided to just take that shirt off. It was kind of hot. and now I'm pretty much a plumber. If anybody needs some plumbing services, hit me up. It's now my fourth side hustle. Every day I'm hustling. You know? Reviews on the bidet. So far, great. My ass has never been so clean since I've been aware of it. I've cut down on toilet paper costs by a significant amount. I'm no longer worried if there's another big pandemic rush to the grocery stores for toilet paper. I'm covered. I got water. But only issue is now is that I can't stop jerking off on the toilet. That little trickle of water on my tuchus is just. I feel bad for the fish though. I'm using so much water. I'm putting my personal pleasures before the environment. But aren't we all? Aren't we all? Short-term gratification for long-term payoffs? Is that the? That's the moral. Yeah. All right, that's that bit. I work in finance. 2 minutes, cool. No. More than no. I say no. But yeah, I work in finance. I'm a finance bro.
Bro.
Hail Daddy Elon. But the other day I got a call from a client, and they needed to update a beneficiary on their account. For those who don't know what a beneficiary is, it's the person who gets your money, your leftover money when you die. Usually a shitty kid or your favorite sibling. In this case, he wasn't adding any. He was actually removing his wife, who had died 10 years prior. Yeah, not funny. Sunda.
I just went for this shit. Me and my husband.
Yeah, okay.
Go on.
But,
We're the only old people here, that's why we're laughing.
But I wanted to make a joke, you know, but I didn't because the line's recorded. I don't want to get fired. But if I did, this is the joke that I would have made. Okay, so they're calling in. Hey, I gotta remove my wife from my account. She passed away 10 years prior. I'm so sorry to hear that. At least you don't have to feel guilty about banging all those hookers, am I right? You know, something light like that. But I didn't. But I feel like it would have made his day. You know? But instead we just cried, and I walked him through the process on how to do it, and it was really like slow, drawn out, sad, and they had a really long last name, and like he was really bad at typing. He was old, so and I heard him like clicking each digit, and like I'm sniffling, and he's crying, and I'm like, all right, and then you just click save, and she's gone. You have some happy holidays. All right, guys, I'm Kenzie. Follow me on Instagram at Kenzie Depp. Keep it going. Give it up for the powerful Sunda.
Please, man. You know what? You sound like you guys probably, because, you know, when you're in this business, you kind of have to watch things as homework. And I was looking at a show this morning, and the mother was like, so my son was in baseball, and he had an injury. He was on Percocet, and then he went to heroin. We got him clean, and then someone gave him, not phenobarbital, what is it called again? Fentanyl. Yeah. I got my drugs mixed up. Forgive me. From a different era. That's what they give you when you have an anger problem. They give you a phenobarbital. Did you know that? To calm you down. Meanwhile, you're like, I'm gonna kill her slowly. I'm just kidding about that, because let's talk about the beauty of comedy and the beauty of seeing people leave the nest, go to New York, and then come back miserable because they want to be back in New York. I'm just kidding. Let's say hey to Two Phone Andre. Right back there. I almost didn't see you, brother.
Give it up for Sunda, guys. Oh man, I was nervous. I had to go up earlier. That would have been really bad. How is everyone doing? Are we doing good? Done with the PBS hour? We're in the adult comedy zone now. You guys ready for some dirty jokes?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. I miss you guys. It's been a minute.
I miss you too.
It's all right. All right. I wish I was more genuine about it.
You warm enough?
Yeah. It's all right. So I'm Andre Abrahamian, and my grandfather, he played on the Iranian national soccer team, 1955 to 1963. He scored 1 goal against Brazil. He scored 2 against Iraq, and he dropped 3 chemical weapons on Yemen. And growing up, we had all his like trophies and medals. It was really cool, and this is real. Like, he had Olympic certs, and it was crazy. Like, I didn't know that, you know. It was. I was like, "What's this for?" He's like, "Oh, you know, this was, you know, when we got to do a club game. This was for the Olympics." And then the third one, is that a smoke? Is this smoke right here? Great, not at all, not at all. Just in the middle of this punchline. The third one was his. This is stupid. I just did that joke. Anyway, so my grandpa growing up was a phenomenal soccer player. I thought that meant I would become an amazing soccer player too, right? You think of all the greats: Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas, Henry Fonda, Bridget Fonda, Tippi Hedren, Dakota Johnson, The Rock. His children, the Fruity Pebbles. They're gonna. That was a Dante joke, all right. But it's not like that actually, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I ended up in high school. It was really hard for me to go ahead and make it as a soccer player, thinking that I had those genes. So. I was the QB of the musical theater department, and I was the star of the shows. You know, I was like a theater guy. I could sing, I could dance, and I could act, but I couldn't play soccer that well. I go and I audition for the soccer team, because that's what you do, audition for soccer teams. And when I was there, I knew the coach's son from Sunday school, so I had an in. And so I got in there, And I was like, all right, for my first act, I'm going to getting to know you, getting to know more, and see goal. But they didn't love that. No, they ended up. Anyway, I made junior varsity, which is like that's like the Sunday school of soccer teams. It's, the real, everyone's upstairs watching the main ceremony happen, and that joke's not done yet. I got home and I was a man about it. I was like, Mom, I didn't get it. And she was like, well, you'll make it next year. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. I thought it was good. And like, you ever cry? You ever like make no sense when you're crying? You're like, okay. So anyway, I was like, she was like, well, like it's not your fault. I was like, it's not my fault. And she's like, well, he's not your grandfather. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Turns and no one had told me this. Like, my whole life I had gone to my grandpa being like, Grandpa, you want to play soccer? And he's like, oh, you're not really my grandson, Like, he wasn't like, I was like, hey, let's play. I'm going to pass you the ball. He's like, yeah, next time, don't use your hands, It wasn't like that, It turns out my grandmother got remarried, and her second husband was the soccer player. Her first husband, it turned out, was an accountant. So, explains why I'm so boring in bed. I like to count, okay? Like, it's not a crime. I mean, yes, I'm bankrupt of love, and I can show you the receipts. This is a lot of stupid puns. All right, okay. So, I know I'll just get this out of there. I know I look pretty racially ambiguous. My whole life it's been like this, and things have changed now. Like, there's definitely a swing of momentum to people, and this is how it goes. Like, I'm a double agent, okay? Like, I can be friends with the minorities and be like, yeah, something's really wrong right now, Or I can be friends with the whites and be like, what are we gonna do about Kanye for president? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, but I can make white people nervous too, I can make white people nervous. How do I make white people? Oh yeah, I just break into like a Middle Eastern dance or something. Or I make, minorities nervous and be like, yeah, I think the rent's going up in this neighborhood, so your family should get your shit together. But the truth is, it was no clearer than it was today. I was at Coffee Bean on Sunset, the famous Coffee Bean, where all the famous actors, and no one goes there. It's a loser place. So I was there, and I was in line. There's a beautiful girl in line, and somehow she started talking to me. We started exchanging. We got numbers, and we're waiting for drinks. And she asked me the age-old question: "Where are you from?" So I was like, "I'm from San Francisco." And typically when I tell people I'm from San Francisco, they're like, "Oh, you're homeless, right?" But she didn't say that. She was like, "Oh, no, but where are you really from?" Ooh. And I was like, "Well, I'm actually from a suburb, Fremont, California." She's like, "No, but where are you really from?" And I was like, "Well, my parents from New York originally." And she's like, "No, but where are you really from?" I said, "Yonkers." And she's like, "No, but where are you really from?" I'm like, "God damn it, you know it. That's right. I'm from Tehran. And I was born in Tehran, and we grew up in a village called Esfahan, where I grew up in an ISIS fulfillment center, where I learned while you were playing Polly Pocket, I was playing hacky sack with grenades, bitch. Like, no idea." And it was, I lived in a hut with my cousin Ali, his girlfriend Jasmine, his monkey Abu, his genie named Genie. It was crazy. Oh my God. Anyway, she was like, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "Where are you from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm from New York." I'm like, I was like, "No, you're not." "Where are you really from?" She's like, "Brooklyn." I'm like, "I don't think so." Damn it, that's a joke there. I was like, "Where are you really from?" And she's like, "Florida." I was like, there we go, we're going somewhere. She finally gets to it. She's from Tallahassee. Tallahassee, I knew it, you cornbread eating, cousin fucking Bible thumping, insurrectionist. I didn't let her finish because she was like, "I originally came from Cuba and her family." So, me and Rachel are probably going out Friday. I don't know. Thank you. She hasn't texted back yet, so I don't think it's gonna work out. Anyway, Yeah, I've been reflecting on my life and to really kind of to deal with the stuff that's happening. I've been trying to, have sex because that helps me forget. And I was at a bar and I met this beautiful older woman and. She started sucking on my earlobe, which is always good. I think that's consent. I don't know, but I was just like, would you mind if I, reached around you, So and she's like, yeah. So I'm fingering her, and then, yeah. And anyway, she's like, how old are you? And I was like, 25, I like lied, and then she's like, take your hand out of my pussy, right? And I was like, oh, I was like, I'm sorry, and so she's leaving, and I'm like, no, don't go, I love you, and then I was like, maybe go, maybe stay away, I'm kidding. Okay, pretty good. All right. And then, anyway, I was at this other bar, and then I was sad. And it was our friend's birthday, but I was sad, because I had a good thing going. And then these two girls were like eyeing me and my friend, but then like we were hanging out with the boys. Hang with the boys, you do boy stuff, right? And so they come over after, and they're like, you didn't hang out with us, you didn't go out with us, and I would have sucked your dicks. And I was like, sucked your dicks? I was like, combined, like at the same time, one at a time, like can I go first, like I don't know. Anyway, so I'm like sad and horny, and then this girl, the girl from before, or she texted me, Russian girl with big tits texted me, and I was like, oh, who's this, and I was like, oh, and she's like, I'm so wet. I'm like, do you need a towel, like is that a good I didn't know that was a sign. Anyway, we got back together and we're on my couch, we're making out, and then she's like, tell me what you want out of a relationship. And I said, I like ephemeral relationships. And she's like, I love it when you use multisyllabic words like that. What does ephemeral mean? I mean, it means I like to hit it and quit it, girl. Anyway, the next morning, I'm driving her back. I was like, where do you live? And she's like, oh, I live like in Civic Center. This is in San Francisco. She's like, okay. So I'm like, all right, great. So we go to Civic Center. She's like, where do you live? And she's like, oh, I live like behind the Whole Foods, next to the apartment. I was like, okay, cool. So we're going, and then I'm like, wait, where do you live? She's like, oh, I live in those tents behind Civic Center near the Whole Foods and the apartments. I was like, oh. So I just had sex with the hottest homeless girl. And that's how I'm going to go out. So thank you so much for your time. My name is Andre Abrahamowitz. Find me on Instagram, 2phone Andre, and give it up for your hostess, Sunda Kruquist.
Wow! Great job tonight. New York treating you good. New York treating you good.
Kick my ass. Yeah.
So you know what you say to her next time? Say, I'm sorry. She looked at me and I said, ma'am.
All right.
That's free. And there's another one too, but I forgot that quick. But I had that accident. No, I did. I had an accident. I had to go for an MRI today, and I didn't get it done because they said I didn't reach my. If you don't get sick enough, you can't go to the doctor. Like you have to have a lot of bills before you have your what's that called? You have to your deductible.
Copay.
You should be dead. Is that what they're asking you? Dead? I didn't have $10,000 worth of hospital bills, so I guess I'm still young. What do you say, huh? All right, I'm going to be on the cover of AARP after my appearance on Dr. Phil. All right, and yes, those are Dr. Phil's eyes, by the way. They look like yours, kind of like, a little bit. I'm wondering if I can get this guy up. I'm a little itchy. I want to see the comedy of Richie. What do you say, Richie? Come on, Richie,
yeah.
2 minutes, 3 minutes. Come on.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so what?
So what? I haven't done this in like 2 fucking years. How you guys doing? I don't know why, but the kids are here, and for some reason, it made me think of Scrooge McDuck. Do you remember that? Like the little rich duck from back. It was wasn't Rescue Rangers. It was Scrooge McDuck, and the guy's got like a vault of fucking gold coins and shit. And he's a fucking duck. How many do you have it? You literally go outside. Your backyard is like fucking Getty Villa. You got that big blue pond, so you go out there and you just shit. And everything eats it. The fish eat it, so you're good. You got hot ducks chilling over here that are just like swinging around saying quack, quack, quack. And you're like, you know what? Before I go crush that, I got to go into my vault and just freaking swan dive into gold coins. And I'm like, now I understand where all the money from inflation went. It went to this fucking rich ass duck. And I'm watching this show and I'm like, this guy knows how to make money. And I look at all the kids in the room because my mom ran a daycare and they were just like, what? It's cool. And I'm like, this guy knows how to make money. Is anyone paying attention? And they're all like, no, we want to watch Ninja Turtles. And I'm like, I love Ninja Turtles. I had all of them. And the weird thing is that when you have 4 Ninja Turtles and you're like, oh, I forgot to get Reebok and Rocksteady. You remember those dudes? Yeah. So all you can do is make them fight each other, and then your mom comes in, and you've got literally the shell and the arms and legs of turtles everywhere, and your mom's like, Tom, Richie needs therapy. It's like, I had them all lined up like a bunch of fucking crows, and I was like, all right, here's Michelangelo, here's Raphael. But the best part is if you had a little sister. Who had a little sister in here growing up? Anybody? All right. It is your job as a young boy to torture your little sister. True or false? Just a little bit. Just a little bit, right? So what I would do is she would be setting up Malibu Barbie dollhouse. She'd have the little convertible and everything, and then I would bring in a fucking T-Rex around the corner, just start ripping off heads, and she'd be like, no, no, and I'm like, I can't control it, and just destroy the place, put the T-Rex back, and about 2 minutes later, I'd come around the corner, and I'd be like, Michelle, what happened? She's like, you know what happened. You know what happened. I have no idea. We watched Jurassic Park 3 times last week, but did some shit go down? And what was weird is she'd be like, you have to help me clean up. And I was like, all right, I will help you clean up because I love you. And because mom's working her ass off. And it's like, fine, it's my job. And then she would just start taking they were naked at this point, all of these Ken dolls and all of these Barbie dolls, different colors, different races, and she threw the naked bodies into like a plastic tub, and I was like, Michelle, do you want to dress them first? And she's like, no, they're having a party. I know Dad got us the gray box on the TV so we get Showtime, Channel 95 and stuff like that, but you're not allowed to watch those things. So what kind of a party do you mean? She's like, I put tea bags in the bottom. They're all going to go have tea together. And I was like, Mom, Michelle needs therapy. At this point, I'm like, our whole family's gonna wind up being in therapy. But the better part about being a kid growing up on the East Coast, I was fortunate that I was right in the middle, which is why I'm fucked up like you. Okay, because I had an older brother and I had a younger sister. My older brother was the complete opposite of me in a sense that he was more of an introvert. He was smart. So he figured out right away when my dad would be like, Pete! And he'd be like, oh, shoot. He'd be like, go cut the grass. And my brother would be like, and my father would come out and he'd be like, it looks like a retarded fucking crazy lunatic cut the lawn. I mean, it's like there was bushes. You could play paintball just around the grass blades. It was insane. And so my father figured out right away. He's like, here, you do it. And I was like, I'm 7. He's like, no, it's okay. It's a push. You have to push the lawnmower. So I'm sitting here, fucking 7 years old, pushing a lawnmower with like no safety, because I was born in '84, so this is the '90s. So if you flip over the lawnmower, like you've lost an arm. Like that's it. Now you just got to go to school, man up, and do it. But I cut the grass, and my father came out, and he went, "Did your brother do this?" And I said, "No, I did it, looking like a World War II vet. I had scars and freaking things hit me in the eyes and shit." And he was just like, the lawn's perfect. He goes, Elaine, Rich is amazing at cutting the grass. And he goes, you get to do this every week. And I was like, for a $5 allowance? This is like child labor. And he's like, that doesn't exist right now. We don't talk about that. It's the 90s. And so I would cut the grass, and what was weird was my father's philosophy. He's like, nature is nature. Give it back. And I was like, Dad, they built a bird's nest. A mother bird built a bird nest in the actual air intake of my father's boat. So my dad takes out the fucking tube part, puts it into a tree, thinking that the birds are gonna be fine. They'll just fly away. You know, these birds' nests, They're very thick.
Oh yeah.
So thick that if you open the tube, the air tube up, and there's a nest inside, that when it rains, the water don't drip through. And all the baby birdies were like, and so I said, Dad, the baby bird. Oh, again, I'm 7. Dad, the baby birds, they all drowned, and I don't know where the mom is. She's in Vegas, it's gone. And so he's like, all right, it's unfortunate, but this is nature, son, and it's time you understood. This is how the real world works. You're born from the earth, you live, you die, you go back to the earth. And I'm like, what does that have to do with the birds? My dad took, in front of me, I'm 7, my dad took the actual tube with the babies in it, and he dumped it all over the lawn. So there's dead baby birds, and he goes, all right, start it up and run it over. And I was just like, oh, it's just murder. And like, I'm hearing like wings and shit fly out. And then I go inside, I sit down at the dinner table, and I'm like, she's like, Richie, since you cut the lawn, you don't have to make the table today. Michelle took care of that. I'm like, oh, did she? Did she bring some of her naked Barbie friends in here to sit down at the table with us? What the hell's going on? So I sit down, and I'm like, all right, I'm really hungry, Mom. What do we have for dinner? She goes, chicken, bam, and she slams all these little chicken wings in front of me, and I was like, oh. And I ran to the bathroom, and I puked. And when you're a kid, it's like, how do we miss the toilet? You're smaller. Like, for some reason, I actually missed the toilet. And then my father found out, and he said, all right, it's pretty disgusting. You're going to clean it up, and they're going to meet me outside. And I'm like, Dad, the sun's going down. It's 6. I've been through a lot today. So much distress. I really regret what I did to Michelle. I'm sorry. Don't torture me. Just meet me outside and bring a rope. So I go outside, and it's the fall. Christmas is coming. And so my father goes, all right, you're going to get on the roof. And I'm like, I'm bleeding, Dad. I've got my elbow. He's like, listen, I told you this was going to be a really rough Saturday, but we're going to get through this together. So get up there. My dad's drinking beers and smoking cigarettes without my mom seeing. And I'm on the roof, and I'm like, all right, Dad, I'm on the roof. He goes, all right, you see all those gutters with the leaves in them and shit? I go, yeah. He goes, all right, get down at the edge of the roof. I'm 7. And he goes, start reaching in with your hands and pulling out all the shit and just, throw it out there because, the gutters are getting clogged and we don't want anything to get clogged in, the tube, especially birds. Oh. And so I'm like, Dad, can I ask you one question? He's like, yeah, what is it? Is this safe? I'm 7. And he goes, listen, I already explained it to you. I tied a rope to me. There's a rope going from me to you up there. So if anything goes wrong, I'll pull you down. Got it. You guys feeling good? You excited about the holidays? Yeah. Yes. All right. Another thing, something that's interesting that I think is that it's really weird getting older. I know a lot of people talk about this, but what's with the body hair thing? And this has been done a lot, but I get it. But it really is weird as hell. I can't speak for a lady, obviously, but as a man, you're like, going to the gym, I'm working. Your hair is like, what is this? Buzz. Because you try to buzz. So it's like, I don't have a lot of hair back there, like on my back, but there's a little bit. And as a dude, it's kind of annoying because you're like, you're going to go on a date. You meet this amazing girl, she takes off her shirt, you take off your shirt, all right, just face me the whole time. I don't want you to see this. But then you make love to her, she has a great time as long as you did your homework and did your job right, took care of business. And then the next morning you're all like, so before you go, there's a buzzer in the bathroom. Would you mind just take care? And it doesn't take more than 20 seconds, but you can't reach the middle of your fucking back. So you're like on your dating profile, you're like, women are like, I just want a man who helps me carry the groceries. And a man's like, I just need a woman to buzz my back for 30 seconds so I don't have to worry about this when I go to the fucking Palisades and I'm playing volleyball and a squirrel comes up and tries to make a fucking nest out of my back. It's stressful as shit. Anyway, be safe over the holidays, guys. I love you. My name's Rich Rotella. God bless.
Get up here, Mike. Come on. Let's do this. Give it. What's your last name, brother? comprenez quoi? All right, you see, I can say that because I too am African. Bullshit, he said. She is not African with that stupid hair. Give it up for Mike.
How you guys doing? So like Cinda said, my name is Michael, and I'm one of the Africans trying to scam you guys online. So guys, I was born and raised in Lagos, Nigeria, and I think it's crazy that a lot of Americans think that all Africans are scammers. You know, I think it's crazy. You guys take the actions of a small group of Africans, and you think all Africans are like that. You know, imagine if we Africans did the same thing to Americans. You know, like imagine if African parents go to their sons and tell them, be careful of American women, because if you break up with them, they will shit in your bed. I'm glad you guys got that joke. But you know, it's crazy. People come up to me and they tell me, like, they're like, Michael, I don't trust Nigerians. You guys are all scammers. And I'm like, have you met an Indian?
Mark.
Did you guys know that the 95% of all scam calls come from India? And the other 5% are from Nigerians that live in India. But that's not the point. I'm just trying to say we're not all scammers. But yeah, I've been living in America for a while, and one of the things that took me a while to get used to since I came to America is people's reaction when the way I look does not match the way I sound. You know, be walking down the street and some guy would walk up to me and he's like, yo, what's good, my nigga? And I tell you, I've never seen people so disappointed to hear the words, hello, good morning. You know, it's crazy. People expect me to be a gangster. You know, see a big black guy, they're like, he must be a gangster. He's not a gangster. I'm not a gangster. You want to know how not gangster I am?
Yeah.
I drive a Subaru. And after I bought my Subaru, I realized that in America, only lesbians drive a Subaru. Something else people think, a lot of people think that I'm gay. But guys, I'm not gay. I'm just Nigerian. You know, like, I will not suck your dick, but if you give me your email address, I can make you rich. Yeah. Something I miss about Nigeria is my mom. Miss my mom a lot. My mom's so protective of me. You know, I still remember the last word my mom said to me before I left Nigeria. So I was at the airport with my mom, and right before I was about to go past security, she pulls me close to her and she's like, my son, I want you to remember one thing. When you get to America, don't you ever go shopping on Black Friday. You see, my mom, so Nigerian, my mom was so convinced that Black Friday was a day in America where black people were allowed to go into any store they want, take anything they want, and leave without paying. Now, it took me a few years of living in America to realize that that's not Black Friday. That's every day in San Francisco. Something else about me, guys. I was in a movie recently, my first Hollywood movie. I was in the movie Hustle. Has anybody seen Hustle by Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was in Hustle, and here's how I got the role. So I played basketball in college, and this one day, one of my former teammates calls me up, and he's like, yo, I'm shooting this movie with Adam Sandler, and we need a guy for a role. And he sent me the casting call, and it said, shitty basketball player. He was right. Guys, if you think the people are disappointed when they hear me speak, wait till you see their reaction when they see me play basketball. Guys, my name is Michael. You guys are amazing. Thank you. You can find me on social media, Instagram, Big Michael, B-I-I-G Michael. Yeah.
B-I-I-G?
Yes.
You guys heard that, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You-
Yes. Big Mike. We like Big Mike. Well, we'll laugh for a penny when we hear it from Lenny. Let's do this, Lenny. Get up. Shake that hair. Shake that hair. I took his hair and cut it the last time. It's over there. That's Lenny's hair.
That's my old haircut. Guys who are into astrology, make some noise.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Sam? I don't believe any of you in the slightest. Got you. Richie?
Yeah.
Italian?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Called it. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Black. Jew. That wasn't the punchline, but alright. Mike, I knew you were Nigerian before you said it. You wanna know how I knew? You were an hour late. Welcome to America.
Thank you, my guy.
It's crazy here. It's crazy. So much vanity. So much nonsense. I saw a sign for a missing woman the other day. You know what I mean? Said she'd be missing for 2 weeks. And they had a picture of her all dolled up. They're never gonna find that chick. Cause you're not gonna look like that after you've been missing for 2 weeks. But still, American vanity. In high school, I had this one teacher who signed us a 2,000-word essay. Before he did so, he told us a picture's worth 1,000 words. So I sent him 2 pictures. When I did that, he was outraged. He asked me to write an additional essay. An essay that had to be at least 500 words. So I sent him half a picture. I'm working clean tonight, in case you can't tell, in honor of Dante. Some of us can do that, Sam. It'd be a lot easier if I didn't forget my joke. This isn't part of the act, I forgot my joke. Something. I'm trying not to go dirty. Mike, what kind of Nigerian are you?
What do you mean? What kind?
What tribe? They got like 300, right?
Yeah, I'm Igbo.
Igbo. Hey. You like to party, Mike?
Not really.
I know you're lying, Mike.
Nah, I'm serious.
I thought Igbos have huge parties, do they not? Well, they do like big old weddings and big parties all the time.
Some of them do, yeah.
I know you're telling the truth then. Because you're tired from all those parties. Could it be?
He's got huge something. He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's a compliment. Take it. I got it. You're welcome. I'm Italian. I get it.
Yeah. Not a lot of Italians in the NBA.
Too busy making money in the stands. I said too busy making money in the stands.
Yeah. Well, that confused you for the basketball since you're all the same color. Alright, not that one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Olive, sure.
A little bit.
I'll take it.
Yeah. If only. Then you could join the NAACP. Fuck, of course I don't know what that is. I swear I had more jokes before I forgot them. This was going so well when I started. What was I gonna say? I'm not gonna tell any dirty jokes, Sam. Not tonight. I know I got a lot of time left. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, dogs. Dogs. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. It's crazy to me, here in LA, a lot of rich people have dogs. Just blows my mind that, you know what I mean? Because you imagine you go to this person's house, big old house, nice, clean, white floors when you walk in. You ask where the bathroom is, you turn a corner, you see a dog licking his balls. And I can say balls because I'm talking about tennis balls because they like to chew on those. Because Dante's here right now.
He's gone.
Yeah. That was hard to watch. Like, no, it was great, but it was hard to watch because, like, I'm not that good, you know what I mean? Definitely wasn't that good when I was his age. Oh, no. What else did I have?
More about
Sam.
More about Sam.
Albert didn't talk about that enough. Well, she's great, but like, we had Albert set, and then we had Sam set. I don't know if she needs a third set. All right. This is bad. I'm glad nobody's following. I'm the last act, right? I'm glad nobody has to follow this. When I first met Sam, I didn't know she was Jewish.
I didn't believe you were Jewish. I didn't believe it.
I know.
I didn't believe it.
Yeah. The Judar is
Believe
bad.
it. What?
The Judar is bad.
What?
You have bad Judar.
No, I heard it. You just keep saying.
Do you need me to explain that? I thought it was pretty self-explanatory.
I don't have it, so I don't know what it is.
Jews. I was gonna swear in front of that, but you know. I wish I had a time machine so I could go back and fix that joke.
Talk about the Homer joke.
No.
Okay.
I wish I had a time machine. Because, it's a really edgy joke. I'm not sure now's the time with it, with everything going on. But, I'm pressed for time, so here it goes. I wish I had a time machine so I could own some slaves.
What?
Relax, Wes. Jewish slaves, okay? I'm gonna go back to Egypt. Calm down, okay? Lee. I'm not swearing tonight. I would love some Jewish slaves, okay? I don't know if this is really clean, but I'm not swearing. I don't know. It's just the crankiest group of people being enslaved. Not much I love to say. Wash those dishes, Herschel. Ow, it hurts. Shut up, Herschel.
Whoa, Jesus.
That's how I would hit Herschel. His big nose. I want a nice house someday so I can have a dog in it that licks his fucking balls in the corner. And that's what I just said. It was rough. I'm sorry, Cinda. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Cinda. You see me do good, so like, if this was your first time you saw me, I was like, I don't know that I come back, but like, I now you know I can do good, so I don't care anymore.
You're a headliner.
I'm a headliner, that's right.
There you go.
Yeah, so the thing about slavery is, Used to be. It used to be in ancient Egypt, which was black. Okay.
He's pointing at him.
Because he knows and he can confirm that for me. I know the rest of you Americans know, but the Africans know there are black people in Africa, including Egypt. So the thing about slavery is, ancient Egypt, which was black, owned the Jews. Okay? And they were enslaving Jews. And one day, the Jews got very tired of it. And the Jews at that time believed in karma. So they said, you know what? One day, we'll be the ones who have you for slaves. And that's how the music industry was born. This is what Kanye would say, okay? That's why we all have to unite against his anti-Semitism and bigotry and wear clean when Dante's here. Like the rest of you bloody amateurs. It's pretty good, isn't it, Sam? See, you said you thought I couldn't wear clean.
I know.
I just did a whole 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't swear once. And all new material. Ha ha. Shoe.
You need to like prove you're Jewish.
What?
You need to prove you're Jewish.
Do you not see my nose? I'm too tall to be Italian. I didn't pay tonight. I don't know how much more Jew you need me to get. I'm up here complaining just every single week. I haven't said Merry Christmas until just now. How much time I got, Wes?
That's it, man.
Good night. Happy Hanukkah. Lenny McKenzie on Instagram. Good night.
There you go. Lila, watch your step. Watch your step. Everybody was great. Okay, so listen. Everybody has to get up here at one time or another. And Marie is no exception. Marie, come up here and introduce yourself to everybody. Yeah. Yes, get up, Marie.
Hi everyone, I'm Marie, and I'm not performing tonight, but I'm sure as hell up here.
Okay.
Ain't that the truth? So, if you knew me 24 hours ago, you didn't, because I didn't assume that. That's how I would have found all you guys. I'm a student at UCLA. That's cool. It's different. It's higher education. Goes well with comedy, I heard. You know what? This is what we'll do. In the hypothetical that I was ever nightmarishly at a comedy school. So basically my own nightmare right now. I figured I would do some sort of a joke or story time from my stint working at a Wendy's. I worked at a Wendy's. I'm from Northern Virginia, DC. They have Wendy's just like they do in LA, because Wendy's is everywhere. Almost as much as McDonald's, but not quite. So I was an overachiever in high school. That's new and different. Also. But I worked at a Wendy's, or should I say, and I worked at a Wendy's. And would you believe it if I told you I was Employee of the Month 3 times? If you would, you're stupid. Wendy's doesn't have Employee of the Month. It's a Wendy's. That was the big show. Thanks for laughing. Albert. Albert's been eyeing me all night. Just kidding. We met outside though. And then I heard Albert's bit and I was like, holy shit. Wow. So maybe if I keep coming back, Albert and I will become friends. maybe Sam and I'll become friends. I haven't quite figured out how the trio, the dynamic. I won't take your spotlight, but I'll support. Let's see what else. This is kind of fun now. It's supporting me. Wes is nodding his head. Wes was teaching me the keyboard, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's saying. I walked in, I'd been here for like 30 seconds. He was like, hi, I'm Wes. I was like, yeah. He was like, have you ever worked the cameras? I was like, I've seen a camera. And then the first thing Wes taught me was, this is the on button. I was like, oh, okay. So now I've been back there helping Wes, but really I've been really distracted because I don't watch comedy a lot, so I'm just sitting there, we're just sitting down, just watching, and then he taps me for Sam's set because he wanted to watch Sam, and I'm just guessing, but that's what I figured happened. He was like, do you want to try? And I was like, oh, you just want to watch Sam? Yeah, I'll try. I was like, cool. I'll stop out. So I got there, and then the first thing he's like, you got this, right? And I was like, needless to say, Sam, I did my best. I tried really hard, but I was really happy with this. So now I'm skilled in taking over for Wes. Wes won't be working here anymore. It'll be me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've yet to tell Sundra that I have no ability to confirm my schedule. But I'll give her this is my, like I said, 24th hour of knowing her. We're really close. Super close. When you first came in, I forgot that you said you were just watching, which I remember now, but I kept sitting there, and then I thought there was more, and I was like, why is he never getting out? I hope you come eventually. I'll be back to make sure you see.
Yes.
Because, see, I wasn't expecting to be here, but then I feel like everyone walks the street of LA like somebody's going to think I'm funny. I need to have and my dream came true. Everyone laughed at the Wendy's joke. Thank you. It was a good joke. What else do I have? Okay, because I said everyone has one. Well, I'm not everyone. I have two. So here's the second. Okay, so I go to UCLA. Thank you, Albert. Sam, coming for you. Albert left on my desk. Now everyone's laughing, so I'm taking a seat. Okay, so my second of the two jokes. Let's see. Okay, UCLA. We've been over this. It's so fun. Shut the fuck up about your school. I go to UCLA. So I took this class, and it's called Engaging Los Angeles, and that's super cool. I was very engaged. And that's basically where they take all these kids in higher education, and some of them care about society, and some of them want an easy A. And I don't know where I fit in, but I was in the class. So one of the things we did was we volunteered, and you got to pick where you volunteer in Los Angeles. I'm looking through the list. Everything, food bank, help here, this, that, the other. Whatever. I picked to work for the Santa Monica Boys and Girls Club. That's super cool. We're making a lot of eye contact right now. I'm leading that. I'm sorry. I'll spread the love. So I picked to work for the Santa Monica Boys and Girls Club. That's super cool, super fun. In my mind, everything I've ever known about that, I'm thinking after school care, elementary schoolers, I'm running around, I'm the cool, fun college kid. No, I was assigned to work at the Santa Monica Middle School. That was super cool. Middle school children are way more insecure than I remember being, but I'm sure we were all at the place where we have no idea what we were doing. So one of the things that they do in the Santa Monica Boys and Girls Club is nothing. All of the admin team does nothing. The kids run around like crazy. That's super cool for me, overachiever. I wasn't really expecting this. So I walked in on my first day, and the librarian, who has nothing to do with the program, came up to me with a complaint about their previous behavior. That's cool. I don't know them. So she was like, the kids have been acting up again. I was like, don't come at me with that again shit. I've never been. Oh my God. And would you look at the time? It's 9 p.m. I need to take my birth control. Let's kill those kids. All right, now that I've been interrupted. Usually I'm not doing comedy at 9 p.m. No kids. Yeah, so I'll do that later. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. There's a child inside me as we speak. I walked in the library and was like, the kids have been acting up again. I was like, have you ever seen me before? What is this? Like, we had no previous relationship. So I was like, oh, okay, totally. I'll get right on that. I don't know any of the kids' names. I sit down, me being me, whatever, blonde, white girl, totally understand. These kids weren't really, they liked me, but they weren't really doing any of the, like, I'll listen to what you say if it's negative, which is super cool. I wasn't really going to pass along the message of, like, let's stop misbehaving, but I went over, told the lead guy, who was like, okay, I think it was really high. He does great things for them. And I was wearing a pink dress, long sleeve, and I sit down at the table, and they're doing some sort of diversity, equity, inclusion exercise, which I thought was super cool. I didn't have that in Virginia. And they're all writing down things that they say, or that they identify as. And the first question, of course, was, what does that mean to identify? The person who was leading it did a great job. She was like, if you're identifying something, it's something that you feel resonates with you. Now, at college, all the things I've learned, this is about gender, race, sexuality. In middle school, they don't have these boundaries, which I think is super cool. First girl goes, she was like, I'm a video gamer, I like my dog, and I think girls and boys are cool. And I was like, I really like that. I'm gonna just start describing people I'm into as just being cool and not being hot or attractive, just like, I think you're cool. Wanna have sex? For anyone that didn't find that funny, my dad is here. And that's the joke. No babies, no babies. Thank you all for coming to my first ever time doing you can find me at UCLA. No, I'm just kidding. My name's Maria Epsinska on Instagram. That's really hard to spell, so don't find me and I'll find you.
There you go, Caroline. We make stars here. That was beautiful. See what happens when you make fun of lawyers? I did want to add something to Kenzie because he was telling me about Warcraft. And did you know the witch on the cover?
No, I didn't know her. I know of the image though, yeah.
Really? You don't know the witch from Warcraft? And the gnomes that come around all the time, they say, hey guys, what are you talking about? My name's there. I'm Sunda Zaffron. I'm the witch.
She's the witch from Warcraft?
Yes.
Wait, which one?
The original.
Oh shit.
The cover, the one with the witch on the cover.
Yeah.
Google Sunda Zaffron.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be a Kronquist for that. Okay? Leave that sci-fi shit to my husband. Anything sci-fi. I had to go for Babylon 5 for an audition, his favorite show, right? They said, you cannot take the script out of here. I was like, I gotta get my husband the script. I gotta get him this fucking script. And I think I put Brandy under it, her show. What was it called, Moesha?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put that under it. I gave them Moesha. I took that one. You're leaving. We're leaving. If you love us, let us know at LA School of Comedy at gmail.com. Listen, comedy's good for everybody. You got a kid that's nervous. You got tablet babies. I don't want your babies. Marie doesn't want your babies. We don't want your babies. Sam's got to take care of those babies, and Albert's got to say they're not his. And what I'm saying is that comedy is a great place to help your kids come out. And I just want to say thank you to Richie for bringing improv to the LA School of Comedy. We're going to have some improv classes going. He's the teach. He's the teach. And remember, if you're interested in doing a podcast, I hope I'm saying okay. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Sunda. And don't forget that Lenny didn't pay. Okay? Okay. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Fucking Sam show.
Wow. It's nice to meet you guys.
Crazy? Are you leaving right now?
I know, right?
Yeah,